Hey guys, I'm Sann and welcome to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a minute. I haven't posted a video for over 8 months. Life has been crazy. I have so many updates. I just want to share everything with you guys. What's going on in my life, what's next, what happened to my acting career. Or if this is your first time here, welcome to my chaotic life. I'm sure you will relate to me because we all have crazy lives sometimes. But before we begin, let me just have a sip of water and let me tell you all the tea. All right, well, first of all, let me tell you that I feel really nervous when I have to talk to the camera. When I have a script, that's fine because, everything is prepared. But when it comes to just chat with you guys, honestly just makes me so anxious because I have no idea who I'm speaking to. I don't know, I just never know what to say, but I'm gonna push myself and I'm just gonna get used to it because I really love sharing and I love connecting with people. So let's just gonna start from the beginning. Well, in case you wonder, I'm currently at my friend's place. I'm staying here for a few months. I don't know until when, to be honest with you. I got a few part-time jobs because I am saving money. For the rest of the year, from June, actually I'm filming this June 1st. I am going to focus on myself. I am going to dedicate the whole year to treat myself. I just turned 30 a few months ago. I just want to put all the focus and all the attention into myself. I'm a person that I'm very given to my friends, to people that I care about. And I think that's a great quality to have. But at the same time, you always have to put yourself first. And I feel like that's my first lesson of 2026, whatever. Okay, so let's rewind. Last year, I actually stopped my acting career because I kind of stopped being friends with someone who, he was not a good friend. And I used to film so many videos with him on social media. Didn't really get along anymore. He cut me off and he removed me from all the posts that I worked with him in the past. I used to work with him. I used to help him behind the camera, in front of the camera. I would be a BTS videographer. I would help him also with props. I would also help him as an actress. I'll be the face of his videos and he would actually make a bunch of money working with these camera brands and using my image. And he just removed me from all the posts because he just didn't really like the fact that I disagreed with him about something that had nothing to do with our work. But again, I don't really care so much. I did care at the moment that happened, but it just made me reflect and I actually learned so much from that experience. Guys, no matter who you work with, whether if it's a friend, someone big in the industry, someone you really trust, make sure that you have a contract where stays, the conditions of your work. I learned from that experience. Moving on, I kept working as an actress. I worked in verticals. That's a very big thing in LA. Any working actor is probably doing verticals, this dramatic, nonsense, love story between maybe like a cleaning lady and a rich businessman. And then there's war between families. It's kind of the same kind of storyline. Sometimes they have werewolves having babies, and they also use AI for scripts. Most of the productions, they come from China, and don't get me wrong, I love the concept. The problem is the storylines is just super cheesy, and I'm not really gonna shame anybody for working, as an actor. I think it's great. Life is really hard when you are an actor. You struggle so much to pay your bills, to eat. Sometimes I wouldn't even have money to eat food, It's just a different world from what you see online. I was really struggling so much. At that time, I was struggling with my fake friends, not being able to pay my bills. I didn't have enough money, I didn't have a stable income, I didn't really have a car. Life was really tough, and again, it's all about learning. I'm not gonna play the victim. I'm sure so many people struggle with things. I was really miserable, to be honest with you. And I was also living at a room with a bunch of people. It was kind of like an Airbnb, so I was just living with the strangers, which was also very intrusive and crazy. I didn't know what was next for me. I'm a very creative person. Then in the middle of all this chaos, My manager also dropped me, which was really like shocking, but at the same time, we just didn't really connect. We just didn't really get along, and I understand why he dropped me, but at the same time, I just didn't really want him as a manager either, you know? I don't think we were the right fit. I'm just gonna keep it like that, you know? Everything is happening at the same time. Then breakups, then it was just the ending, you know? I just kind of felt like, okay, something new has to come up because I'm just not doing well. And it took me a minute to realize that the industry has changed so much with AI, with the new generation, with technology as well. And I just kind of felt like my dream of being an actress was just like gone, you know? I love acting, but I just didn't like the projects that I was auditioning for. I mean, we had amazing, great movies and shows like during the years, you know, the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, I mean, since the beginning of times. So it's really hard to be creative and surprise people at this point, especially because we're exposed to social media, that it's just very difficult for people to actually feel something watching a film and a TV series. So I just didn't really connect with the projects that I was auditioning for. I didn't really put my 100% into my acting career. So I would blame myself. I would feel like, oh, Sam, but you haven't really tried enough. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of felt like I was just in love with the idea of acting in the early 2000s. Like the movies and shows that I grew up watching, it's just like, I love this story. I love the characters. I really fell in love with the creative part of acting, you know? Being able to have really relevant and complicated characters, you know, it's kind of like a psychology class. You have to study them and understand why they're doing the things that they're doing. But when your lines are so shallow, when the story is like something that you watch like millions of times, what's inspiring about that? And then I realized that I've always wanted to be a filmmaker. I wanted to create. I love acting. I do actually want to act in my films, which is difficult. Not for the ego, again, I just love acting. I do. But I just don't like the stories that we're watching these days, and I respect that there are so many amazing filmmakers out there. I just realized that I've always really wanted to create. I love writing, I love producing, and I wouldn't really do that for other people's projects. Like, I would only do that for my own projects. That's why I know that I want to act and I want to really be super involved in what I do. And I know that you can't wear all the hats, but I want to do and get involved as much as I can in the projects. And I do want to collaborate with people, but I'm not a person that works really well with other people if I'm not really fully invested and write and produce and make my own films. And that is actually my goal for next year in 2027. I know you're gonna ask me, why don't you do it this year? But I have other priorities as well. It's really hard to make money out of just one thing. I think it's great to have several ways of income. And that is actually my main priority for this year. I wanna start being a full content creator because I love sharing. I feel like I have a lot of experience in life and just a diversity of topics that I think you would connect with me. I also love fashion. I also love singing, so I just kind of want to bring you out into my world. So what's next for me? Well, apart from acting, I've been actually taking singing classes for the past 9-10 months, and I'm really proud of that. I really love my singing coach, just to be able to learn a new skill. I feel since I turned 30, I feel super like curious about doing new things for the first time. I went back to being a child in a sense of like, I'm just like really curious of like learning and experimenting and what's next, you know, and change. I really like that a lot, and I felt like a few years back in my 20s, I felt really like anxious. It was just kind of like all over the place. And now I feel like I'm back at being a child again, you know? I don't know if you guys relate to this, if it happened to you, but it did for me. And maybe aging is just a number, but something just switched in my mind. And whatever happened, I'm just really grateful that I am here right now. I, in a way, reset my mindset. I want to dedicate the whole year, we're in June, until December, to save money. I have 2 part-time jobs that, yeah, I don't like, but whatever. Last year I was really struggling with money and have something stable. So in the meantime, right now I'm staying with my friend for like a few months, and I have to save money to move, rent a car, and I'm also investing in some treatments that I'm gonna have. Okay. I've never really been against plastic surgery, but I've always like felt really like grateful and lucky that, you know, I like the way I looked. I was born, but I want to change my avatar a little bit. You know, it's for me, I feel like your soul is not really connected to the way you look, kind of. I just don't really like when people get plastic surgery because it's trendy, but I really support people getting plastic surgery if they do it for themselves. I'm not like insecure, I just want to change my avatar. I want to take care of my skin as well. I used to have like really like bad acne, so I have some like acne scars that I want to remove. I'm removing an eyebrow tattoo that I got like 8 years ago. I got it done like twice. I've been posting about this on my social media, on my Instagram, which by the way, if you're new, welcome. Subscribe, I really appreciate it. Hopefully by next year you will see a change and I will continue making my films. I have other creative projects that I want to share with you guys when the moment comes. If you made it until the end of the video, thank you so much for watching me. I'll see you next time.